Hi, I'm Paul from Hopstar Computing Solutions in Melton, and I'm here today with the Melton City Council Learning Directory to talk to you about using Facebook. Today we're going to be having a look at signing up for a Facebook account, things you can do in Facebook, how to add friends and connect with other people, and also, of course, join in with the Learning Directory Facebook page as well. We're also going to have a look at how to use it on your mobile device, so your mobile phone or your tablet. I've gone ahead and got Google open here. I've also increased the size of my mouse cursor, so hopefully that's easy to see. I've also already logged into the email address that I'm going to be using, because when you sign up for Facebook, you need to be using an email address. Let's have a look. Let's do a search for Facebook. Facebook is one word, not two words. Comes up here, Facebook, log in or sign up. So this is the screen that you'll be greeted with when you go to the Facebook page. If you already have an account, you can enter in your details here and click login. But if you're new to Facebook, we can click create new account. Ask for some details, a mobile number or email address. So let's put in the email address I want to use. I can press tab to move down to the next box, or I can use my mouse and click in there. It wants you to enter it in twice, just make sure that you've spelled it correctly. And we need to create a password. As mentioned before, it's not a bad idea to write this down just for now until you've memorized it. It should be a different password as the one you've used to actually log into your email account though. You never want to use the same password twice because it is a bit of a security risk. You can enter in your actual date of birth if you wish. I prefer to not give out all my details, so I'm just going to say 1st of September on 2000. Oh, that's not right. I want 2000. You can set your gender and then click sign up. So it seems that it doesn't like my surname only being one letter. Oh, and it'll also check to make sure you've entered in the same email address twice. A few notifications are popped up here. Let's have a quick look at these. Facebook wants to show me notifications. I don't actually personally want that, so I'm going to click block so my browser does not show me notifications when something new happens in Facebook. And your browser can also opt to save your passwords. Once again, that's another way that would be good if you're in trouble remembering your passwords. But for me, I'm going to say never. Now, what do we have on the screen here? Enter the code from your email. When we signed up, we entered an email address. Let us know that this email address belongs to you. Enter the code from the email sent to hopstarcs@gmail.com. That's the address that I use. Over here in the second tab, as I mentioned before, I already have that open. And here we can see the email from Facebook. I click on that email. You can see that our code is listed here in the subject, or you can click on the link. I'm actually going to use the code from here. Code is 54964. Now your code won't be the same as mine. You'll get a different code, so you'll need to make note of that and type it in here. If you're having trouble finding the email address on Facebook, you might need to click over here and you might need to expand it. Yep, yes and more. And look for a folder called spam. If you're using something other than Gmail, you will still have a spam folder. You can have a look in there and it might be in there instead. Now that I've entered my code back on the Facebook page here, I can click continue. And I get a message saying that you have successfully confirmed your account with the email address. You will use this email address to sign in or to log in. And give it a moment to think about it. This is suggesting some people that I might know. I'm guessing this is based on my email address. None of those people seem particularly familiar to me. I'm going to click next. If you see some people there you do know, feel free to click add friend. As this is a new account that we're creating, it's asking us to add some more information. You can, if you wish, upload a profile picture. As you can see, these other people have different photos. And as you can see, it doesn't have to be of you necessarily. It could be of something else. Want to add a photo, I can click the add photo button. So for me, rather than putting in a photo of myself, I might just use a picture that I have saved on my computer for my business. Wants a smaller picture. I'm going to try again. That one might work. Okay. So if your picture is too big, you might need to find a smaller one. You can always come back later and change this as well. Once again, it's trying to get me to add people that I know. Do I recognize any of these pictures or these people? I do not. Fine. Very interesting one here. Get to know your privacy settings. Very important these days. Make sure that your privacy settings are set up. So let's actually take the privacy tour. In here, you will be able to choose who sees what you share. You can pick and choose the audience for the things that you share on Facebook. For example, you can share a photo with just your friends or make it public. Choose who sees what you share right when you post. So we'll have a look at that later when we do a post. This is page 1 of 4 of this little tutorial. Let's click the next button. How tagging works. Tagging is an easy way to let people know when they're in your photos. The tag creates a link to the person's timeline and may share your post with their friends. If you want to find out more, you can click on learn more about tagging. We're just going to click next. Privacy shortcuts. You can get right to the latest privacy updates, important settings and tools. Just click on the little icon there, which is a picture of a lock with the 3 lines behind it at the top of the page. Try it now. I can't at the moment because I'm in here. Sharing apps with games and websites. Control who can access what. Learn what info your friends and others can bring with them in the apps and websites that they use. Now, I think they've actually changed it since then. To get to your settings, you actually need to click on the little arrow here and then go to settings. So a lot of information in here, but some really important stuff too. If we look over here, we have security and login. We're going to check there first, and then we're going to have a look at privacy. So first of all, security and login. You can nominate other friends to be able to log into your account. That's a good way if you're locked out. You might want to add your partner as a contact. You can see where I've currently logged into the computer where I am now. Here you can change your password. You can save your login details. That way you won't have to keep logging back in again. If you wish to be more secure, you can set up things like two-factor authentication, which means that when you try and log in, it'll also send you a message to your phone that you'll need to click on. Other things in here are a bit more advanced, and we don't need to worry about them just yet. Let's go over and have a look at privacy. Here we have the privacy shortcuts that the tutorial was speaking about. Check a few important settings. Let's click that and see what happens. Privacy checkup. Take a few minutes to review how you're currently sharing your information with people on Facebook and with the apps and websites from other companies that you've used Facebook to log into. Well, let's actually explain that last part there. Sometimes when you go to a website, you'll be given the option to sign up for a new account. And one of those options is to connect with Facebook. If you do that, you will use your Facebook details to log in, and you'll be able to have quicker access to those websites. You can control, when you're in Facebook, how those other sites can manage that. Here specifically, we are looking at when you do a post. So a post isn't a terminology we spoke about yet. A post is when you put out a bit of information onto Facebook. You might post about your plans for dinner. You might post about something that's happening in your area, or just post how you're feeling, or maybe even a funny photo. You can control who sees what you post in your newsfeed and on your profile by choosing your audience. Learn more there. Your audience can be, click the little drop down here, your friends, which is what it is by default, only people that you have actually confirmed as being friends on Facebook. Public, anyone on or off Facebook will be able to view the post. And you can also do friends except and show to specific people only. So maybe you're planning a special surprise party for someone and you want to ask all your friends to help, but you don't want the birthday person to know. So you could use that option there. These are only setting your default settings. These can be changed when you're ready to actually post something. At the moment, I'm going to leave it as friends and click next. Now, this information is about your profile. Have a look at this information from your profile and decide who to share it with. Remember that your profile may include more than what's here. To see my about page for other things that your profile would include. So do you want people to be able to see your email address and things like your date of birth? There's certainly a lot more settings. I have to check out my about page for that one. Once again, maybe we can say, I don't actually want my friends to see my email address. Only my friends know my actual birth date, but anyone else can know what year I was born. So some very granular or very fine controls you can set there. And finally, apps and websites. I am not currently set up to do this. I'm just going to click finish here just to confirm all these settings for our privacy checkups. Finish. Privacy checkup is complete. Now we can go close or view more about privacy. Those two are the main things that you would want to come in here to have a look at. Let's actually go and have a look at what Facebook has to offer. I can click on the Facebook logo here to go to the sort of home page, the place where you start from. And at the moment, there's not much on my page because I haven't connected with anyone yet. So let's have a look at the interface here. The main part of Facebook and where you see things that appear on your feed is presented here in the middle. Your news feed is what other people are posting, people you may be friends with who are posting things only for their friends, or things that people are posting who are posting it publicly. Let's start by putting on something here. What's on your mind? This is where you can post something to your newsfeed. So first I'm using Facebook, this account anyway. And by default, our settings before, we said friends. I'm actually going to make this one public instead. And now that I'm ready, I can post it. So a public one means that anyone using Facebook could potentially see it. It doesn't mean that everyone will see it. It's just that it will be publicly available. Post. Okay. Let's go looking for some friends or maybe a page. What about we look up the Melton City, LTON, City Council Learning Directory. There we go. It's giving me some search advice, kind of like when we did the YouTube video. As you try and start typing, it'll try and suggest a few different things. I'm going to click on the Melton City Council Learning Directory. There we go. I recognize that logo. I'm going to click on this page to see what's there. Aha, that's definitely the right one. A few other things we can do here, very useful buttons. We have like. We can say that we like this page. This lets them know that people are viewing the page and that you appreciate what they're doing. By default, it also means that you are following it as well. So when I click like, it also went following. Following means that you will see things that they post when they post them. You also have some options here under following by clicking on the little arrow there. In your news feed, so there's that word news feed again. So that's on your main part of the screen when you're in Facebook. You can opt to see them first if it's something you want to come up first on your feed. The default settings are it will be mixed in with the other things on your feed. Highlight post is on, which means that when there's something new, you get a little notification within Facebook. Remember before, when we logged into Facebook, we told it not to notify us with other things. That means if Facebook's maybe minimized, it won't notify you, but when you're in Facebook, you will see it. We can also share this one if you want to tell other people about it. I can say something about this page. What a great page. And by default, this one's set to public because I'm sharing the page onto my timeline, which is another name for your newsfeed. Give that a post, and then when we go back to our page, we'll see it over there as well. Okay. Some other related pages we have here. Melton South Community Centre is another one. I'm going to like that page. The City of Melton and the libraries. I'm going to scroll down here and we see here some things grouped by different words. We have photos. A whole lot of photos have been uploaded, and videos. You see there's a little button see all. We'll look at that in just a moment. And then finally we get down to posts. So these are ones that someone from the Melton City Council Learning Directory has put up. This is on how we posted before, saying first time on Facebook. This is a more detailed post that you could do. Lots of information on it. Scroll down there, you can see some people have liked it, and a lot of people have also given a little emote or little picture to say that they love it as well. So what is this one about? Online program competition. Okay. And we can see more information. Not everything is actually displayed here. Photo, let's click see more. You can see it's actually expanded this up and there's a lot more information in there. Just to demonstrate, we click the like button and you can just give it a like, or you can love it, you can care, you can ha ha ha, you can wow, you can sad, and you can angry. You can express your feelings about a post in different ways. I'm just going to give it a like. Go. Scrolling down, there are more posts down here as well. Keep scrolling, and sometimes this can go for a long way, so don't try and get to the bottom, because if someone's been doing this for a while, it's going to go down a long way. I also want to point out here, we can see underneath each one, we can see my little logo. What's my logo doing down here? I didn't post anything here. This is just ready for you to write a comment about this post. Let me go back up to the one that I liked before, so I'm scrolling back up. And it must be a special one. I have to click on comment, and it pops up. So sometimes you have to click comment. I scroll down here, sometimes it's already there. Interesting. So in comment, we can see what other people have commented on this one. So I can click in here and type in sounds like idea. And you can also include little emojis, so little pictures. Let's do like a big happy face, and then I can press enter on the keyboard as it says here. Very hard to see. Press enter to post, press the enter key, and I've posted that as a comment on that page. As you can see, other people can reply to comments as well. That's where you can start building some community and communication. So we've had a look around on the Melton Learning page. Let's go back to our page and see what's happening on there now. Click on the F up here to go back to Facebook. There we go. We can see that I have, this has popped up on my page now because I'm following them. I scroll down, we can see different things. I followed the Melton South Community Centre page before. Now information from them is popping up on my news feed. The City of Melton Libraries is also here. So all these things, that pages that I'm following, are now appearing up here as well. Sometimes you'll have little videos. I think by default it's muted. We can turn that on.
Hey, hello, and how are you? How are you? How are you?
Very nice. So sometimes you get little videos there as well. You'll also occasionally get advertising. We're not seeing any at the moment. Here we have first time using Facebook. So that's the message I posted onto my timeline, onto my news feed. We can see here as well when I've said about what a great page. I've shared that publicly with that comment. Okay, so I don't currently have any friends on Facebook. That's very sad for me. But I can use the search function up here to find someone. I've already spoken to them off camera to make sure that they're okay with me using their details. And I can do a search, even though I've not put capital letters properly. So if you don't see the one that you're after, obviously names can be quite common. If you know what the person looks like, obviously you can tell by the photo. I'm going to try the option here to see all. I'm not seeing the one that I'm looking for. I can try and restrict my search by choosing an area. Another trick I can do is try and search by their email address, which I happen to know. A few failed attempts later, adding in the area where they're from has worked. I found them here, so I can click on it and I can confirm perhaps from some of the pictures if it's the correct person and who their friends are. I can add friend from here. I just wanted to show you on this page. You can also add friend from here. And what happens is you don't automatically get added as a friend. A request gets sent to the person instead. We'll just need to wait for them to confirm that on their end. As we can see, some things that just happened up here. Let's talk about this part of the screen now. Up here we have two different things. I see past my giant mouse cursor, but friend requests and messages. So the next two things we're going to be looking at. Under friend requests, I can click on that. David has accepted your friend request, so I'm going to click on that one. And it takes me to their page and shows me their things. I will obviously blur out for privacy. I can scroll down and look at their things. I can see who their friends are if their settings allow me to do that. Also, messaging has now popped up. So let's have a look at that one. Messaging can be accessed from the top up here and down here below my photo, which you can't quite see. So I'm going to show you that one in a moment. So messaging can be accessed from the top here. You're now connected on Messenger. So Messenger and Facebook Messenger are two slightly different things. They are sort of built in together, but you can also have them separately. And we'll show that during the mobile phone and tablet portion of this video. I can now click on that person and I get a little chat box that appears down here. And you can't see because of my face. Let me just get rid of that. And now you should be able to see the box down here. And I can say, hi there, and type them a message. It's very similar to how you would send an SMS. So it's pretty intuitive in that respect if you've sent messages before. And it says that they are currently active and they'll get a message on their end. And then they should be able to reply to that when they are available, of course, when they're free. And you can also tell that it's been seen, and the little dots when they're typing. You can get a little sound to let you know that you've received a new message. We have the chat window down here as well, which shows you all of the chats you have going on. If you have multiple people, they'll be listed here. And also you can even create groups, which obviously if I only have one person, that's not going to work. So although you can select chats from up here, your chats will always be down in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. If I was to close this little window and that little window, it does not actually have a close button. If I click somewhere else, and that window is just going to stay there now. If I go back to my Facebook page now, so I click on the F, back to my feed, some other people that I might know have come up, some other people that are friends with my friend David have also popped up. We have mutual friends, so because I'm also friends with David now, it's giving me some suggestions, and that's also based on your profile settings as well. As they post new things as well, we'll get new things popping up here. Finally, I wanted to show you some of the other privacy settings you might like to have a look at. Instead of clicking on the little drop down arrow, let's click on the question mark up here. It says quick help. You're going to go down to privacy shortcuts. And you can see here we have some different options. We have privacy, account security, ad preferences, and your Facebook information, as well as safety and legal and policies. So there's a lot of information in here and it would take way too long to go through all of them in this video. Ones I wanted to point out, this is sort of the process we went through at the start in viewing your privacy settings. So it's the same one as what we did when we first signed up. As I mentioned though, there are a lot more bits of information on here. Account security is important. That's where you can set up your passwords. Other ones, see more privacy settings. And this is where we can actually really define our account. So your activity, who can see future posts. At the moment it's set to public. Maybe we want that only to be for friends. We can go down here, review all posts that you are tagged in. So we're not tagged in anyone's post. I can click back arrow up here to go back. So if someone's tagged you in a post, you can actually have that taken down. The final important section here is how people can find you and contact you. So who can send you a friend request? Anyone. That could be fine. We can go edit. We can change that to be, instead of everyone, friends or friends of friends. That sounds like a weird thing, but You have to already know the person before you can send a request. So everyone's probably fine for that one. Who can see your friends list? Well, maybe we change that to only me. Only I can see my friends. That keeps everyone else's details nice and private. Who can look you up using the email address that you provided? Now, one of the main reasons for using Facebook is connecting with people. So if you leave this set to everyone, it's going to make it a lot easier for people to find you. Let's leave that set to everyone. Who can look you up using the phone number you provided? I haven't actually provided a phone number yet, but if you did provide a phone number, maybe we don't want everyone to see your phone number. Let's set that to only friends, like that one. Do you want search engines outside of Facebook to link to your profile? So that would be a way that other people would find you. Using, for example, Google to search your name, your Facebook profile might show up. So that's definitely, all these settings are things that you need to set to what makes you comfortable personally. Finally, to get back to our normal Facebook page, we can click on the F up here. And there we are, ready to post something new that's on our mind. So finally, if you wanted to perhaps post a photo onto your newsfeed or onto your Facebook page, we can in here, we can say, have a look at my kitty. And I've actually got this photo from somewhere else. So I'm going to put in where it came from, and we can click photo or video. And we can choose files from my computer. I think I saved it into pictures. Here. Go. Open. Leaves the text in there, and it's uploading the photo. As you see, you can add multiple photos. And it should be there. Just click post and see what happens. There we go. And it's currently uploading. Maybe that's why we didn't see it before, because it hadn't finished uploading it yet. And then when it's finished, there we go. Other people, if they want, can like it, comment, share. They can click in here. Obviously, there's no point commenting on my own picture. We also have some options here. We can delete it. We go, oh, whoop, I didn't mean to post that. We can make some edits to it in case we've typed something wrong. And if you're getting too many notifications, you can even turn off the notifications for this post. We're now going to have a look at Facebook on your phone and tablet, as well as looking at Messenger as a separate app on those as well. Keep an eye out on the Melton City Council Learning Directory Facebook page and YouTube channel for more videos and ways to connect.